Wow, look at this crowd. My name is Peter Goldman, and I direct the Washington Forest Law Center, and I am one of the two attorneys who brought the Conservation Northwest versus Franz case. And that case took 20 years to develop, and we did it. How exciting and meaningful that all of you have come to Olympia today to conserve our remaining old legacy forests. These forests belong to all of us, and you are heroes for standing up for these forests at this early hour. Thank you. For decades, we heard the standard DNR line peddled by DNR and the industry, forester bureaucrats. We cannot manage these forests to fight climate change, to provide wildlife habitat, to sequester water, or provide lifeboats of old growth necessary to maintain the rare forest biodiversity of the Pacific Northwest, to protect our communities from polluted water, landslides, forest chemicals. No, they said, we are bound constitutionally, legally, statutorily, everything, to cut them down regardless of whether it makes scientific or policy sense to do so. But on July 21st, the Washington Supreme Court, 500 yards from where we stand today, finally ruled that that's not the case. Finally! The court ruled, as we heard from our eloquent Thurston County Commissioner, there are myriad ways, I'm not going to define myriad again, I think that was enough, for DNR to manage these forests for the designated beneficiaries. That it was up for the legislature, DNR, and the Board of Natural Resources in 10 minutes to determine how much revenue to generate from these lands. And the court clearly held DNR was not legally obligated to maximize its revenues from these lands, but that these lands need to serve all the people, and the receipts and benefits will go to the beneficiaries, but they need to be subject to the fact that they're in everyone's interest. What's going on inside DNR and the board today kicks us and the Supreme Court in the teeth. DNR is pretending nothing changed legally, that in the judgment, it's in judgment, the status quo is best. DNR is saying it doesn't have to revisit its 2006 policy for sustainable forests to further protect old legacy forests, even though this policy doesn't even reference climate change. DNR is still saying it's legal, political, and policy commitments required to cut old legacy forests, even if contrary to science. DNR is still saying that it won't consider using most of these forests for carbon sequestration, but will only consider leasing 10,000 acres at some point in the future for carbon, if the timber industry does not stop them from doing so in court. DNR, Commissioner Franz, the legislature, and the board need to hear your voice. And instead of listening to you, they're condescendingly telling you that you don't understand forestry, you don't understand carbon, you don't understand their role in the world. Tell them to measure their self-worth by sequestered carbon, not log board feet, is what I say. Tell them you want to get to work saving them with the most innovative carbon sequestration tools available today. Tell them to get to work finding creative and sustainable ways to sustain rural communities dependent on logging. Tell them the earth can't wait while DNR and others pander to a timber industry that has been subsidized for years, buying cheap lumber from our public old growth forests. History is on our side, folks. Vote, write, yell, reason, urge. Tell DNR to follow the science and move its forestry program into the 21st century. As Martin Luther King said, the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice. Justice for our forests, it's on its way. Thanks to all of you. Thank you.